Welcome back to the 411. We're taking you to the U.S.-Mexico border, where buoys now sit in the Rio Grande near Eagle Pass.
The massive barrier is part of the governor's border security plan. Vanessa Croy with our sister station in San Antonio takes us behind the scenes.
We're getting our first look at the marine barrier going up along the river here in Eagle Pass. DPS tells us this stretch of buoys will go around 1,000 feet downriver. That's the equivalent of 3 football fields. And tonight, DPS is telling us this will help stop migrant crossings in this area, while some critics are calling them drowning devices. Trapped behind the tangled razor wire lining the river in Eagle Pass, this group of Venezuelans just crossed into the U.S. and now must find the break in the man-made barrier to turn themselves over to Border Patrol custody. It's a sight all too common along the southwest border.
Some of the migrants that do come across, they see the wire, they're very determined to get across no matter what. And the reason behind it is because a lot of them have friends or family that have made it across. They know to go to a specific area and look for Border Patrol.
The razor wire, shipping containers, and more boots on the ground. All part of Governor Abbott's billion-dollar plan to amp up security along the Texas border. And now,
this is another added layer of defense.
A floating border wall.
It's a barrier, so it's a barrier to keep people out. It makes it more challenging for anybody trying to scale it or to go under it.
Our team rode along with Texas DPS to a restricted area of the river where the floating wall is now going up.
So now having this barrier in the middle of the river will hopefully deter some of these migrants that want to make it across the river where it's very dangerous and prevent some of the drownings that are taking place.
What Greg Abbott is proposing, or what he intends to put out in that water, are drowning devices.
Critics like Democratic Congressman Joaquin Castro say the floating wall creates a bigger humanitarian concern.
Those things are going to force people to drown.
There is no reason why anybody should want to cross that river. They should go to the port of entry where it's safe, where it's humane, where they can seek asylum as opposed to risking their life crossing the river.
DPS tells us once these buoys are installed here in Eagle Pass, they're going to monitor how effective they are before considering placing these marine barriers and other parts along the southwest border.
Well, not everyone is on board with this new move. An Eagle Pass kayaking outfitter is suing the state and Governor Abbott. The owner says the barrier threatens his business and the ecosystem of the river.